Hello everyone, this is Chris from England with a special video for Mojtaba Yagubi and the Learn English as Easy as Pie Facebook page. Today I'm going to discuss very briefly some of the most popular tourist attractions in the UK. So if you want to come to the UK as a tourist, this list should give you some ideas to start with and you can take it from there. If you want to look in the YouTube description, you can find a list of the places I will talk about. So if you cannot understand me very well, you can type them into the internet and find out more yourself. So let's talk about the UK in general, and the first one I want to mention is Stonehenge, which is in the south, and it's close to where my family home is actually, in a place called Wiltshire. And Stonehenge is one of the wonders of the world and really famous, of course. It is near to a city called Salisbury in the south, and people come from all over the world to see that, so I really recommend it. I've been there many times, and you know it's probably the big stones in the ground there. Some other ones maybe you haven't heard of. Warwick Castle. Warwick is near Coventry, which is in the middle of England. We call it the Midlands. There's a very famous old castle there, very spectacular. That one is very popular. And another castle is Edinburgh Castle. Edinburgh is the capital of Scotland, of course. And not just the castle, but the whole city up there is supposed to be very beautiful. So if you come to the UK, it might be worth going up to Edinburgh for a bit. Now again, down south, the Roman baths. So these are in the city of Bath. And of course the city is called Bath because the Roman baths are there. So from thousands of years ago, you can go and have a look at those, the Roman baths in Bath. Of course we have at least two of the most famous and best universities in the world in England. They are in Cambridge and in Oxford. So if you go to either of these cities, you can go around, and the universities are split up into different buildings called colleges, and you can go and see many of the famous colleges if you want to have a look around. And again, the cities themselves are very popular and historical, so you might want to check out Cambridge or Oxford. Stratford-upon-Avon. This is where William Shakespeare was born. You can go to visit their house where he grew up and all that. So Stratford-upon-Avon is another one you might want to note down. And York, up in the north in Yorkshire. York Minster, a very old building, but also the city itself is very old and historical. Another very popular one to visit, but maybe you haven't heard of that before, so consider going to York. Now, of course, London is the capital of England and the biggest city, so there is a separate list in the YouTube description about things to look at in London. So maybe if you come to the UK, you will have some time to look around the UK, but also in London as well, as I imagine. So consider the London Eye. I'm sure you've heard of it, the big wheel. But other things as well. London Zoo, if you like to see animals. It's supposedly very good. St Paul's Cathedral and Westminster Abbey. Two very famous old things related to the church. There is the Tower of London, the British Museum and the National History Museum, two very famous and big museums in London. The Tate Modern, which is for art. And finally, Madame Tussauds, which has the wax statues of famous people. You will probably know it if you see it. You can go there and, for example, take photos standing next to these wax statues of famous people. It looks like it's really them, so that might be fun as well. So that concludes the list of some of the famous UK tourist attractions. There are many more, of course, but this is simply a suggestion list for you to start with. So remember, if anything wasn't clear, There is a list in the YouTube description, and as well as that there is the link to Mojtaba's Learn English as Easy as Pie Facebook page. So keep up the good work, Mojtaba. But this video was for you, and I hope it was useful for everyone else as well. Thank you for watching, everyone. Best wishes from the UK. I'll see you soon.